guys, it's Emmy and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I clean my LeMieux Numnahs. So this is a really highly requested video. So LeMieux do say that you can put your Numnahs in a 30-degree wash in the washing machine. However, I have done this before and the colour kind of went a little bit. Not massive amounts, it's not like really recognisable, but it did go a little bit. And I've heard of stories of like the Numnah shredding and all stuff like that. So that's when I decided to wash my Numnahs by hand. So today I'm just going to be showing you exactly how I wash them and how I get all the dirt out and all the fur and everything like that. Obviously you can put them in the washing machine because LeMieux do recommend that, or say you can. So there's like, obviously they believe there's no harm in it, which there probably isn't. It was probably just a bad experience. But if you do, I just recommend putting it in a pillowcase so that it is definitely safe when you wash it. So the way I'm going to be showing you, obviously it's not like the only way, the best way or anything like that. It's just the way I do it, and I'm just going to be showing you guys how I do it too, as you have wanted to know for ages, so I'm finally going to be doing it today. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So today I'm just going to be showing you how I wash my Numnah, and I'm going to be using the mustard Numnah to show you how, only because this is pretty dirty. It's like really scummy all around here. And underneath it's very furry, and all that white that you can see is like sweat that's dried. So I'm going to be showing you how I clean it. So I'm going to be using the mustard to show you guys how I clean it. So first I just outside with the table, so I'm just going to be putting a towel over so that it doesn't get all dirty, as it is quite a dirty table as it has been outside, because it's an outside table obviously. And then I'm going to brush off all the fur. I'm just using one of our dog's towels, as they're kind of like dirty and they're not like one of the nice clean ones that we use in the bathroom. So I've now just laid the Numnah down onto the table. As you can tell, all around here it's really dirty, it's quite fluffy as well, and it's looking very dirty. So I'm just going to be using this brush. It's just one of our old dog brushes, but it's a nice firm bit here. If you don't have like a stiff brush like this that you use for your dog, if you don't obviously have a dog or don't have one, then a stiff brush or a dandy brush will do exactly the same job, and it will have a bigger surface area, so it may even be better. I've now brushed all the fur and fluff off of the inside. Obviously when I brush it, it does not get rid of any of the dirt that's on the inside. It merely gets away the fluff, so that when I wash it in a minute, all the fluff doesn't clog up the drains. So now it is fur free. I'm just going to go and wash it. So I'm now in the bathroom and I'm just about to clean the Numnah and show you guys how. But before, I just want to show you exactly how dirty it is. This side is quite dirty, especially around here, a little bit on the top. But this side is actually the better side. The other side, there is a lot of sweat bits here and mud, and there's loads of like tarry bits. So not very nice. Inside, however, there's a lot of sweat bits, a lot of sweaty bits, and there is no fur though, but look at all that white. We're going to get that all off, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my Numnah flat in the bathtub like so. So I'm actually using my bath because it is winter. In summer I'd normally do this outside, but as it is winter it's too cold to do it outside. But luckily my bath has like a circle bit here and it's narrow down here. So the Numnah actually fits pretty well at the end. But if it does not fit as well, it is also fine. Just going up the sides a little bit, as long as you have a place where it does not matter where the water goes and it's easily washable, then that is perfect. So now I've just watered or almost showered in a way the Numnah, I'm now just going to start washing it. When you wash it, you'll need a sponge, and this is just to rub in the like the wash type thing, and this is just one that I actually bought for Sparky, but then I decided to use it for the Numnahs, which it used to be a really pretty pink colour. Now it's always like a peachy colour. It changes quite a lot, but I do not care how muddy this gets, so it's perfect. You will also need some body wash. I'm just using this Imperial Leather moisturising Night Blooming Jasmine and Vanilla. This seems to work perfectly. It doesn't mess up the Numnahs at all, and it gets rid of all the dirt. I found this is actually the best one. I have used Aussie before, but I find that Imperial Leather seems to work the best. If you're wondering why I'm using human body wash rather than like washing powder, it's because I have a feeling it's the washing powder that actually makes the colour run, so that's why I'm going to be using this body wash. Wash off all the bubbles that I've made. Bubbles, it's just the wet Numnah, it's just here, and there's a few little bits of like sweaty bits that I haven't managed to get off, so I think I'm just going to go back over it with the sponge and then wash it off again. So now I've just literally washed off all the foams and bubbles and everything, and now the inside is perfectly clean. Now I'm just going to put some more body wash on the outside and then wash it all off. About an hour and a half ago, I put the Numnah up to drip dry, and so this just gets out the majority of the water. So it's now been up there for about an hour and a half. It's still wet, but it's not as wet as what it would have been if I had not have done this stage. So now I'm going to go put it on my radiator to dry. So as you can see on the camera, it looks really orange, but it actually is looking more like a mustardy colour now, and it's actually looking very clean as well. There is just shadows, and it's looking really clean. I'm just going to roll it up and then squeeze the water out and then put it on my radiator. So I've now put the Numnah on the radiator. I've put a towel underneath it so it's not as direct for the heat. If you do not want to put it on a radiator for any reason, you can put it on a clothes horse, which is like a drying rack, and put it next to the radiator so that it can still get the heat. In the summer, I would put this outside on the washing line. But as it's winter, obviously it's not going to dry outside, so that's why it's on the radiator. So I'm going to leave the Numnah on the radiator for around about an hour, and then I'm going to turn it over so that the outside is facing upwards so that both sides get an even chance to dry. If for any reason your Numnah is not dry after this time, then I normally just leave it on overnight, and this seems to make it dry perfectly. So it's now the following day. Now I've washed the Numnah, so I actually decided to let it dry overnight, as when I did go to sleep it was still a little bit damp, so I was like, I'll just leave it overnight to make sure it's completely dry and that there's no water left in it, because if there is any water it could rub on your horse. So now the Numnah is all perfectly dry. I had it on a low setting so that it didn't burn or anything like that. So on the edge of your radiator you can turn it, it normally raises from about like 0 to 5. I had mine on 1 or 2 or halfway in the middle, so it's on quite a low setting so that no harm came to the Numnah. So it's now all dry, and as you can see, like before I washed it I showed you how dirty it was, and now there is no white or any of the bits that are quite a bit lighter. It's just the lighting, like it's very clean, which is lovely. So I'm now just going to show you how clean this Numnah really is. It's perfectly dry. So this is this side. There's no black marks anymore like there was. As I said, there were black marks here and here. Now there are none. It's a perfectly clean Numnah. And on the other side there is also no more black marks. They've all completely gone, and literally the only time I washed it was when it was on video and I was showing you guys. So I've done nothing extra to this Numnah other than what you guys have seen. So that just shows you how good this method really is. Also on the inside there is no fur anymore. There is no sweat patches either. Let me just show you. Also all the little squares where it's all fluffy, they're all still very fluffy as well, and it's very clean. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing how I clean my Numnahs, as it was a really highly requested video and I'm so glad I can make it for you guys. So I hope you did enjoy. If you did and you tried this method, then just comment down below, as I'd like to see how you guys found it and how it turned out for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!